This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
Welcome back. It is 6:50. When it comes to buying a used vehicle, it can be a little scary because honestly, you don't know what you're really getting into, and the last thing you want to do is buy an unreliable car. But if you ask the right questions, you can come out on top. So what are those questions? Well, Brian Duke stopped by at Love Greens in Kirksville to find out for us. Hey, Brian.
That's right, Ella. I'm out here at Love Green Ford and Chrysler with Bill Lovegreen. And we're going to be talking a little bit about how to go about getting a new car. And you can do a lot of research online, but it's more important to, once you have an idea, to actually come and talk to someone like you.
Well, that's right. I tell you what, Brian, what we find is pre-owned vehicles, there's certain models, and you can do a lot of research on those models online. And there's like NHTSA is a good website. That's
Okay.
National Highway and Safety and Transportation Association. That's like a NHTSA.gov. Gives you all the safety part of that vehicle. Also, you can do some background work on the fuel economy. And you go to fueleconomy.gov. And you can do that with lots of vehicles and kind of get an idea in your mind, maybe before you even start, kind of what type vehicle you're looking for.
Okay. And after you do that, then it's important to come here because you may think you like it, but then you need to actually examine it, maybe drive it, and then it may look good if it's a pre-owned, but it could have underlying problems. You were saying maybe if it's been owned 6 times in, say, like a year or so.
Yeah, that's right, Brian. You know, when you get down to a particular vehicle, especially if it's got a little age on it, say 5 years old and older, you really need to do some checking on the history of that vehicle. And, every vehicle has a pedigree. And I would start with a title. Let's look at the title. Let's see where the vehicle came from. And then I'd ask for a title history. And every dealer should have access to a title history. So you can look at where has that vehicle been in its lifetime. Okay. And you might be lucky enough. You might be lucky enough that if you can find a vehicle that has some history of the service work,
Okay.
that's huge. That's huge.
Right.
And if a guy cared enough about his vehicle to do the service work, and then went one step farther and kept that information, boy, you've really found a jewel there.
Excellent. And then definitely take it for a test drive because everything may be good, but you don't know how it feels compared to your current car, and you may end up hating the way it feels even though everything else is great about it.
You're right, Brian. When we drive our vehicle day in, day out, and say we've had it 3 or 4 years, we get to thinking every vehicle drives that way. And that's not correct. And it's amazing how you'll get a feel for a vehicle probably within the first 3 or 4 minutes that you drive it. So please, test drive that vehicle. Do some homework on that vehicle. Find out what that vehicle's pedigree is, and I think you'll be a lot happier with your decision.
Okay, well, I appreciate your time. We'll send it back to Ella.
And if you have any questions, we'll post Love Green's information on our website at heartlandconnection.com.